Hi guys, it's Dan here, and today I'm just going to be doing a quick review and a bit of a testimonial really for this website OnlineJobs.ph. So for those of you who don't know what this is, essentially it's a website that enables you to kind of employ members of staff from the Philippines. Obviously they kind of work for a little bit less than most kind of Western countries. Obviously it means that kind of you are saving money for the services that they're providing. And these guys are really, really well reviewed, and obviously they provide the work for you kind of with your marketing, whatever it is that you need for your business really. So it's a great way of essentially expanding your business, making it much bigger, obviously making the work that you can do a lot more efficient, and obviously paying a little bit less for that as well than you probably usually would. So I'm going to kind of run you through how the website works, many of the the website's features that make it so easy to use and kind of great to set up, and some of the things that you may be worried about. This website actually helps to kind of eliminate really, which from in terms of costs or in terms of kind of tracking what the people are actually doing for you and when they're doing it and all that kind of stuff. So I'll basically run you through the whole service essentially and show you how it works. So obviously you need to sign up to get going. The first thing I'm going to run through actually is the pricing, because that is quite important. The reason being is if I go on the pricing tab here, you obviously can get a free account, which you can see there, but there are some restrictions with that mean that you can't do certain things. So you really do need at minimum a pro account to at least be hiring workers, as you can see there. To hire workers, you do need to be spending the money on a pro account, and that is actually £69 a month. So that's something to consider before you guys get started. I don't want to run you through all the whole website without kind of running through the prices and that side of things. It wouldn't be a problem for most businesses, especially when you consider the benefits that I'm going to show you later on in terms of kind of how much work you can get done for quicker, etc. But for some people, it may be something to consider. So kind of just having a look at that there and looking at the pricing structure before we get going. Obviously, there is a premium account as well, which kind of gives you a few more things. It kind of gives you the video guide to outsourcing and your various other things that you're allowed to do. You can contact a lot more workers per month. So if you do feel, you really, really want to scale it out massively and 75 per month isn't enough on the pro, you can choose to kind of take that up to the premium, and obviously you'll have, pretty much unlimited amount. I mean, it's unlikely that you'll need to kind of contact anywhere more than 500 a month. So that's a massive amount. So obviously you have the options there. So another one as well, which is the premium, just before I go over, is you actually have 10 opportunities to do job posts. So obviously you can put out 10 different job posts a month, as opposed to the pro with the 3. But then, it is a little bit more per month. So it's all kind of preference, all what you need. But we'd probably recommend starting with the pros. Obviously, it gives you what you need to get used to it and kind of get going with it, hiring people. But then, if you feel you need to increase it, you can go over to the premium. So if we go over to the homepage now, I'll just run you through kind of what the website's all about. So as you can see, it's got two simple sections here. You've got a search box for job seekers, and you've got a search box for employers. So what that means is essentially if I was going to have a look for some resumes to, kind of see how people were trying to get hired, all that kind of stuff, all I need to do is select this box here, and then I'd actually search for whatever I was looking for. So say we were looking for a content writer or a content marketer, just type in the word content, and you'll see people pop up there with some of the kind of keywords. So for example here, we have creative content writer. This is a woman who's actually offering her skills online. You can see the expected salary, so you can see that works out actually at the dollar price of $391, per month, which I think we can all agree is obviously very, very cheap for someone, who you might be hiring kind of full-time to do that work. You can see that kind of educational background, so this person has a bachelor's degree. Their availability of hours per week, so they've got 20 plus hours that they can work for you there. Their experience, etc. So kind of just a general kind of summary of their top skills, all that kind of stuff. And if you wanted to find out more about that particular person, you can just select their profile, as I'll do here. And you can see again some more things. So obviously you've got the things we've been through. You've got kind of their age, their gender, all these kind of things, last active, all that stuff. And then they have a little paragraph about themselves. So, very much kind of a full resume of things to look through. And then they actually have a star system down here as well, showing off their top skills. So you can actually see that this person rates very highly of, these particular skills. They're her top skills that she feels she's very good at. And she has some things over here that she may not be so good at. So it's really good actually, because you can have a look through the star system and think, are these skills that I need? Are these things that I maybe feel like, because it's lacking, I don't want to hire this person? Or maybe you're not too bothered about the office and admin side, and you're kind of a lot more concerned about the English due to it being content. So you can kind of have a look and gauge through whether you're interested in obviously hiring that individual, and kind of go from there really. So if you then are, once you've signed up, you can contact this individual, go through, have a chat with them about kind of arranging everything, and then obviously you can then hire that individual. So that's kind of how you were to source people using this website. If I just go back to the homepage now, this is for people obviously that are looking to actually secure jobs via this. Very simple for them too. You can actually, say you've got an account and you're ready to do, again, let's say content. You can actually search for content related jobs and just press enter in there. And once that comes up, you can see these people who, are looking for a freelance content copywriter, a content writer here, various different things, various different jobs. So you can then select one of them. Again, it'll show you the price structure. It'll show you kind of what they're looking for the job. And then if you feel you're a good fit, you can then actually contact that company too and obviously get the ball rolling with that whole thing. So obviously you'd have to have an account just by logging in or registering. Once you've done that, you can actually apply for that job and start discussing that with the employer themselves. So, very simple both ways to actually get doing both of those things and to find really good people for a great price that are able to do the services that you're not able to do right now. So on top of that, there's some really great features to this website as well. If I go to the education section, this is almost kind of like their blog in many ways. So obviously you've kind of got different sections of things you can read. So you've got kind of why I keep refusing workers' reviews for blah, 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 7 great secrets of finding and recruiting great Filipino VAs. So that's a really good article there. So obviously you can click through to that and it'll actually run through some of the best ways to find, the VAs that you might be looking for, or the best, best quality VAs for your actual company. So, a really nice, useful section that I thought I'd just quickly run through because obviously it makes the whole process of hiring and everything a lot simpler. And down on the left-hand side, you've actually got different ways to look at it. So if you want specific information about hiring, you can select that and it'll take you through to that section. Or maybe you want specific, information about managing or recruiting. You can obviously go through and find different topics that will kind of run you through everything before you get going. So it's a really good idea actually to have a look through this prior to picking someone to either work for you or actually picking a job to do yourself. It's always good to kind of get an understanding on how things work, etc. So that's the education section. If I just go through to the time-proof section, this is a really, really great feature. So a lot of people are worried about with these websites is how to kind of track, what everyone's doing, and also from the actual the VA side, it's kind of how do I show what I'm doing and how do I run through payment without it maybe being awkward or maybe mithering and all that kind of stuff. This really, really eliminates that, and this is that time-proof feature here. So it's something you just need to download for free. You can download for workers there, and then obviously start inviting your team through employers. Very easy to install, very easy to use, and essentially what it does here, as you can see, is for workers, it's proof of getting paid. It's automatic time tracking, which is obviously very important, automatic reporting, automatic screenshots of what you're doing, and actually automated proof as well. And then for the employer side, you're able to track your employee time as you're working. You can see screenshots of the working time. There's nothing to download at all, no guesswork or hunches, and again, automatic proof. So, it kind of just makes the whole process a lot easier. It means that people are able to kind of see what someone's doing, obviously see kind of with payments and how much they've worked and kind of what work they've done. It's very easy to track. So it means that, you can rest assured that, the person who's working for you is kind of carrying out their services, whilst the actual individual who's carrying out that services can be like, okay, everything's tracked, there won't be any questions about this or that, or, any kind of assumption that I'm not doing anything that I should. So it's all kind of monitored for you there. And this is kind of how it works. So it kind of just goes in that you invite the employees to the time proof and they sign in, etc. It's very, very simple, very self-explanatory, but a very, very good, kind of service that they offer as well with OnlineJobs.ph. And it does kind of make them, in my opinion, one of the best kind of websites for outsourcing staff, particularly VAs, because it just kind of makes the process a lot more bulletproof, really, and kind of eliminates that question mark that you may have. So quickly, I'll just go to the how it works section. Very self-explanatory. Again, I've kind of ran through it. This is just a video that kind of explains that. And it shows, if you post a job or search for resumes, you find the perfect member of staff, you hire and manage, and kind of all that kind of system. It's very easy to pay them. Payments are through PayPal or Payoneer, so there's no need to kind of, create, massive invoices and stuff like that. Obviously, you need the invoice, but it's very easy to do. And then obviously that kind of runs through the same thing there with the job seeker. So I'll just head over to that section. And it kind of asks, the normal questions. So if you are kind of carrying out work for someone on this website, maybe thinking, how do I get paid? Where do I get paid? How do I know it's legit? All that kind of stuff. And you just select these points and it really, kind of breaks it down very simply and gives you that peace of mind. So, yeah, overall, to be honest, OnlineJobs.ph is one of the best, if not the best, in my opinion, kind of, websites for outsourcing staff, really, and outsourcing work and making things a lot easier for your company. It's really great for company growth. And from an employer's side, it's obviously great being able to be secured work and knowing that the work is, there's no questions regarding kind of how much you're doing or what you're doing or pay. Everything's on time. Everything kind of manages, really, really, really smoothly. And that's it, really, guys. So, yeah, the only kind of downside I'd maybe say with OnlineJobs.ph is the pricing structure. Only due to the fact that, obviously, you do have to pay an amount per month. Again, I mean, 99.9% of people won't be bothered about this, but I have to say it is a downside because it means that, some people who may not have the budget or kind of intimidated by that may be put off it. But obviously, the idea is because you're making your work much more efficient and you're able to get so much more done in the time due to the VAs that you're hiring that, that fee kind of almost pays for itself really very easily. So, that's the only thing I would say that some people may be bothered about. But other than that, really, really easy website to use, really easy to set up and kind of get going with. And yeah, just in general, just a fantastic site. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's testimonial video, and I'll see you guys later.